Hello students, today we are going to continue class 11 physics chapter number 3 motion in a straight line, and in this video we are going to cover the topic relative velocity. Explain the relative velocity and its two cases. Now see, before going into the depth of this topic, let us first see what is velocity. That we have already known, right? Velocity is nothing but change in position with respect to time, right? Or we can say it as displacement upon time taken, that is the velocity, and it is a vector quantity because it has the magnitude as well as the direction, right? Now relative velocity. See, the word relativity is used when something is compared to the standard, right? So here the velocity of an object, the velocity of a moving object is compared to the velocity of the object that is in rest or in the motion, right? So that is called as relative velocity. Velocity of a particular object with respect to the stationary or the moving object, right? That is called as relative velocity. Now see, the first case over here, that is two observers and moving object, right? Here let A be the frame of reference associated with the person standing on the ground, and B is the frame of reference associated with the train moving in uniform velocity. So here the two observers are taken as the person standing on the ground and the train, right? So the train is taken as reference frame B, and the ground on which the person is standing, that is taken as reference frame A, right? So here two reference frames are there, reference frame A associated with ground, reference frame B associated with the moving frame, and there is one object, one moving object, right? So initially let us consider that this object is at point P. Now see, both these reference frames are inertial frame of reference. From the figure, XPA equals to XPB plus XPA. Now let us understand this figure, right? We are already knowing that to determine or to describe the position of the object, right, we must choose the reference point, right? And for that we are using the reference frame, right? So reference frame is important to describe the position of the object along with the time, right? So a clock is also being used. So the set of coordinate systems along with the clock which is used to note down the time, that is a reference frame, right? So here the reference frame A, right, that is YAOXA, right, XY coordinate system is taken, and for the reference frame B, YBO-XB, the reference frame B is taken, right? So for reference frame A, O origin, that is taken as the reference point, and for the reference frame B, O dash, that is taken as the reference point. So the object is at point P, right, and the position of that object with respect to the ground, that is XPA, right? As you can see over here, the distance of P from O, that is XPA, right? This shows what? Position of the object P with respect to reference frame A. And you can see this XPB, right? So the object is at P point, right? So XPB shows what? It shows the position of the object P with respect to B, that is XPB equals to O dash P, right? Now the position of the B with respect to A is XBA, which is equals to OO dash. Now from the figure, XPA equals to XPB plus XBA. You can see over here, if you add up this XBA plus XPB, that becomes XPA. So from this figure we got the equation xpa equals to xpb plus xba. Now differentiating both the sides with respect to t. Why we need to differentiate that with respect to time? Because change in position with respect to time gives us the velocity, right? And over here we need to find the relative velocity of the moving object, right, with respect to the two observers. So taking derivatives on both the sides, left hand side becomes dxpa upon dt equals to, on the right hand side, dxpb upon dt plus dxba upon dt. So you can see this dxpa upon dt, that is change in position with respect to time for the particle p with respect to a. That will be what? That is velocity of particle p with respect to a. So that is vpa. In the same way, dx by dt for the particle p with respect to b, that is dxpb upon dt equals to vpb. So vpb over here is velocity of the particle p with respect to b, and dxba upon dt equals to vba. So vba here indicates velocity of b with respect to a. So the same equation can be rearranged, right? Therefore we can write vpa equals to vpb plus vba. Rearranging that, taking vpb on the left hand side, right, it will become negative. So we get the equation vba equals to vpa minus vpb, where vpa equals to velocity of p with respect to reference frame a. Velocity vpb is velocity of p with respect to reference frame b. vba equals to velocity of reference frame b with respect to reference frame a. So this is the first case where two observers are there and one moving object is there. That means one object is moving and that moving object is being observed by two observers with two different frame of references. Now let us see the second case, one observer and two moving objects. So as you can see in the figure, we have taken the coordinate system x, y, and reference point is taken as the origin. Particle A and particle B are denoted with the positions with respect to the origin. So the position of A with respect to the ground or O, it is RAG. Position of particle B with respect to O, that is RBG, and RBA over here is distance between the A and B objects. So here the two moving objects are A and B, and the observer is taken as the person standing on the ground, right? That is, the origin is taken as the reference point. Now suppose velocities of particles A and B are respectively VA vector and PB vector relative to a frame of reference, then velocity VAG and VGB. So here we can say that particle A is moving with velocity VA and particle B is moving with velocity VB, and velocity of particle A with respect to ground is VAG and velocity of particle B with respect to ground, that is VBG. So from the figure we can write RBA equals to RBG minus RAG. These are the positions of the objects with respect to ground and position of B with respect to A. So RBA, that is position of particle B with respect to A. RBG is position of particle B with respect to the ground, and RAG is the position of particle A with respect to ground. So taking the derivative on both the sides, we get dr BA upon dt equals to dr vg upon dt minus dr ag upon dt, and we know that change in position with respect to time is velocity. Thus, on the left hand side equation becomes VBA equals to, the right hand side equation becomes VBG minus VAG. So VBG, that is velocity of B with respect to ground, that can also be written as simply VB minus velocity of A with respect to time, that can be simply written as VA. So VBA is equals to VB minus VA, that is velocity of B with respect to A equals to VB minus VA. In the same way, we can see the relative velocity of A, that is velocity of A with respect to B, that can be written as VA minus VB, that is VAB equals to VAG minus VBG. So this is the second case, one observer and two moving objects, and we have find the velocity of the moving objects with respect to one observer. So students, you may note down this.